forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. In this video, I will show you how you can add virtually anything to a photo in Photoshop Beta using Generative Fill AI. Okay, so almost anything. Now, if you haven't seen my previous video where I am showing you how to remove objects, definitely go back and watch that one. Okay, so I have my photo opened up in Photoshop with my beautiful model eating a strawberry. And the first thing you'll notice down at the bottom that there is a taskbar. Now this is your contextual taskbar. If you have never heard of this before, basically it's a bar that identifies each of your next steps in the editing process. And this bar tends to move around. It's like a nosy neighbor. So we're going to want to pin this bar in position by hitting these three dots so that it doesn't move around while we're trying to edit this. So we're going to select our lasso tool, which is up top here on the left-hand side. But again, if you are a beginner in Photoshop, the keyboard shortcut for that, which I highly recommend learning because it really helps you in Photoshop, the shortcut for that is Shift L whenever we're using lasso tool. So I just drew a strawberry, then I went back to my contextual taskbar where it says Generative Fill. I clicked into it, I typed in strawberry, and now I'm going to click in Generate. And it should generate a strawberry.
A few moments later.
And voila, we just added a strawberry to our photograph. And now when we go to our properties area, you will see three different variations. And then if you go down to the bottom where our contextual taskbar is, you can toggle between the three different variations using the back and forth arrows as well, whichever one you prefer. So now I'm going to go through these three different variations and I'm going to see which is the best, most realistic strawberry. So I'm very satisfied with the second variation of the strawberry, how it looks. Now, if you were adding the same object over and over again in one photograph, you can just outline it several times and then type in your text prompt and then click generate. That's how most people use this feature whenever they're adding objects. However, I chose to do it a little bit differently where I did one by one, just for this one example, just because I wanted all the strawberries to be uniform and to look relatively realistic. So I was worried that if I did it the other way, that I wouldn't be happy with the different variations of the strawberries, and I want them to all look pretty realistic. And now for the final photo. So I have my second photo example open up in Photoshop. I'm going to see if I can actually swap out her laptop for a different laptop. So I'm removing an object and adding an object basically at the same time. So again, I'm going to select my lasso tool like I did last time. Again, the keyboard shortcut for that is Shift plus L. So now I'm basically just making a selection around the laptop, and you want to make sure that you get your selections right. I cannot stress this enough because the Generative Fill AI does not make up for bad selections. And then I'm going to click into the box where it says Generative Fill. I'm going to type in the text prompt laptop, and then I'm going to click generate and see what happens.
One eternity later.
So now it's generated a new laptop. This one is a Mac instead of a Lenovo. So overall it's pretty good, minus the fact that it slightly has adjusted her hair in a not so flattering way. But now we're going to look at some other variations, see if there are any better ones or if it just kind of goes south from there. So that laptop looks very weird. It looks like it's faced the opposite direction. So that's obviously a no. Now the third variation isn't terrible. It's actually pretty good. And finally, we are at our last photo example. So I am going to select the lasso tool once again. I am going to now draw an outline of like a coffee cup or a coffee mug. And then I'm going to click into where it says Generative Fill, and I'm going to type in either coffee cup or coffee mug, and then I'm going to click generate.
One eternity later.
And now we have our coffee mug. I think it looks pretty cool because it's like she's sitting in a setting where she's obviously outdoors and she could have stopped at like a coffee shop or something, or even brought her coffee mug from home and just wanted to work outside and drink her coffee. So I think it's between the first and the third variation. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of torn between those two because they're both pretty good. I hope you guys got some value out of this video, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one.